In this first video, I'm going to show you some basic things that you can do with the Literature Resource Center. So we're going to talk about basic searching and signing in with Google so that you can link your research to Google Drive and save your notes and highlights that way. So the first thing we're going to do is sign in. It'll take you to this page, you select your account, and then it'll bring you back in and it'll tell you that you're signed in. There's also a link over here for Google Classroom if you use that, and you can sign in with Microsoft as well. I don't have an account, so I'm not really sure about the capabilities of that. So anyway, here we are on our home page. Here's our featured author, the featured work. And what I wanted to show you about these is if you scroll down, you can read more. This is going to be a biography. This is going to be a review of the work. If we click on that, it'll say it's an overview of this particular literary work. And then also you have this view timeline, which is interesting, so you can find criticism based on the year. There's not a whole lot, but 1984, 88, and then a couple in 2001 about this particular poem. Another interesting tool you find up here at the top, the library links. If you click on it there, you'll see the San Jose State University Library. That'll take you to the home page there, and then also the Gale databases, which are cross-searchable if you have access to those. And I think through San Jose State all we have is the Gale Virtual Reference Library, but you can still use that to cross-search with the Literature Resource Center. I also wanted to briefly mention this link here, the Gale Literary Index, and what this is if you search, you can search for an author here, and it will tell you which Gale products include entries on this author. It's not entirely useful, but if you were having trouble finding information and you wanted to find more, you could use this to find encyclopedias or resources outside of this that would give you more information. A lot of this is probably already in the literary index, but it's interesting to look at this list and see how much we have available. So then I'm going to go back to the main page here, and we're going to do a basic search, and I want to look for a basic search. Let's just do we'll do Ray Bradbury. And just type it in, and then what it does here, when you type in your term, it has like this autocomplete thing, so it'll give you, kind of show you what's available, a little preview of that. Now over here in our results, we have literature criticism, biographies, topic and work overviews, news. So there's a lot here. Multimedia, this is going to be recordings of, broadcasts or shows, or also images, I think, are included in multimedia. So if we go to biographies, if we were looking for a biography about Ray Bradbury, you'll see all of these full text things here. So we'll click on this. And while we're here, I wanted to show you some of the tools we have, the more basic tools. Highlights and notes. How this works is if you find a passage that you wanted to highlight, let's say here is career, you can highlight that, it'll let you choose the color, and then you can add a note, save it. So then on this particular article, it'll show you highlights and notes, and it'll give you an overview here. You can also send the document to Google Drive, so that'll be over in our Google Drive. OneDrive, you can also save it to your folder, and then this will kind of collect all of the items that you have that way. So then let's go back to our results list. So then the other thing you can do is you can filter based on subject, the person that it's about. Obviously we would want this to be Ray Bradbury, so we can use these to make sure that we're getting the most relevant results. Also, if we wanted to find specific things about particular works, you can filter that way. And by the author of the actual review as well, if that was something you were interested in. So there's one more thing I wanted to cover in this first video, and that is this option here, this link, Encyclopedia of Literature. So if you were to use the same search term, it'll give you two options here. Merriam-Webster's Encyclopedia of Literature, and what I'm going to want to do here is actually type the name in that way. So this is all alphabetical. So here's Ray Douglas Bradbury. That's what we want. So this is from Merriam-Webster's Encyclopedia of Literature. You can also use the dictionary, although that's going to be more for specific terms. So let's say satirical, just because it's right there. The dictionary. And then it'll give you all of these dictionary entries as well, which is useful if you find a term that you come across that you're not sure about, or, it's nice to have this resource right here in the actual database. So those are pretty much the basics. I wanted to point out here, highlights and notes, your folder, title, dictionary, all of those tools are here as well under more. And this will put a bookmark in your bookmarks bar for whatever browser you have. So that is the end of my first video, and in the next video we're going to go over a few of the more advanced features and different ways of searching the Literature Resource Center.